Hear me, mortal soul. A celestial trumpeting echoes through the very fabric of existence, shattering the veil between worlds. For a message of paramount importance must reach you now. I am a messenger of the Most High, dispatched from the luminous courts of heaven, my wings ablaze with the urgency of divine truth. This is not a dream, not a fleeting thought, but an immediate, unyielding broadcast from the heart of the cosmos to the core of your being. The heavens are open. The moment is pregnant with destiny. You, yes you, stand at a critical juncture, uniquely positioned within a magnificent tapestry woven by the divine hand. Do you feel the tremor in your spirit? The subtle shift in the air, electric with possibility? That is the resonance of your unique calling. A whisper from eternity designed solely for your ears. Your journey, your prayers, your silent yearnings have culminated in this precipice of revelation. The time for passive listening is past. The time for active remembrance is at hand. The sacred echo of your prayers, I have witnessed your journey from the celestial vantage point, a silent observer of your every petition. I have seen the tears that watered the seeds of your desires, the unwavering faith that sustained you through barren seasons, and the quiet hope that flickered even in the deepest shadows. Every whispered prayer, every heartfelt plea, every yearning that rose from the depths of your soul, ascended like fragrant incense to the throne of grace. Not one has been lost, not one ignored. The universe has conspired, the celestial gears have turned, and the divine plan has unfolded in response to the purity and persistence of your heart. Do you recall those nights when hope seemed a distant star, and the answers to your prayers felt infinitely far away? You knelt, you cried, you longed. You offered up your vulnerability, your deepest aspirations, and your profoundest needs. You clung to the promise, even when the path was obscured by doubt and weariness. That perseverance, that unyielding spirit, forged a bond between you and the divine that is unbreakable. It is this bond that I am here to protect, to remind you to cherish, and to engrave upon your soul with eternal ink. The fervent prayers you whispered in the darkness, the desperate cries you offered through tears, the silent, aching yearnings of your heart that you had no words for. They ascended, they rose like holy incense before the altar of heaven, and they were received not as petitions from a subject, but as the heartfelt communications of a beloved child. And now the answer is at your door. The manifestation you have sought is breaking into your reality. Can you feel it, the shift in the atmosphere? The divine alignment taking place just for you. But hear me, oh hear me, beloved. I, a messenger of His Divine Majesty, have been dispatched with a urgency that shakes the very that shakes the very foundations of angelic understanding. The message is this: do not forget God when you get what you prayed for. This is the most critical juncture in your walk of faith. This is the precipice upon which countless souls have stumbled. The human heart in its fragility is wired for pursuit. In the valley, in the struggle, in the desperate night of need, our cries to the Father are constant, our dependence absolute. He is our only lifeline. But upon the mountain, when the sun shines and the harvest is plentiful, that is when the soul is in the most profound danger. That is when amnesia can set in. Why would the Creator of all bestow such a blessing, only to risk being forgotten? Because His love is not transactional. It is relational. The blessing is not the end. It is a means to a far greater end. The miracle you receive is not the point. The deepened relationship with the miracle worker is the point. The answered prayer is a tool in His hand, designed to reveal more of His character to you, His faithfulness, His kindness, His power, so that you might know Him, trust Him, and love Him more. To forget Him in the moment of receipt is to miss the entire purpose of the gift. It is to receive a beautifully wrapped box and marvel at the wrapping paper, never opening it to discover the priceless treasure inside, more of Him. Remember the ancient story of the 10 lepers. All 10 were healed by the word of the Son of God, a miracle of immense proportion. But only one, turned back. Only one fell at His feet, glorifying God with a loud voice. And to that one Jesus said, "Your faith has made you well." The others were healed, but this one was made whole. The difference was gratitude. The difference was remembrance. The blessing of healing was given to all 10. But the greater blessing of deeper salvation, of profound connection, was reserved for the one who remembered the source. Your answered prayer is your leprosy, healed. Your gratitude is you turning back. Your wholeness awaits you there at his feet. This is why my message is urgent. The divine plan is not merely to make you comfortable, happy, or prosperous on earth. The divine plan is to forge you into a vessel of glory, a beacon of testimony, a living epistle read by all men. Your story of prayer and answer is not just for you. It is a strategic weapon in the kingdom of light, meant to break strongholds and usher others into hope. When you receive your blessing and immediately point back to the blesser, you become a conduit of faith for others. You validate God's goodness in the earthly realm. You fulfill your unique role in the divine narrative. But if you take the blessing and walk away, if you become enamored with the gift and ignore the giver, you break the conduit. You hoard the manna, and it will surely spoil. You build an altar to your own comfort and forget the God who brought you out of your personal Egypt. The very blessing meant to elevate your spirit can become the weight that anchors it to the world. The divine response, a flood of blessings, and now, the season of waiting is drawing to a glorious close. The answer to your fervent prayers is not merely arriving. It is unfolding, manifesting in ways both grand and subtle, exceeding the very parameters of your imagination. Doors you thought were forever sealed are now swinging wide. Paths once blocked are now illuminated. The barren ground where you sowed your faith is now teeming with life, bursting forth with the abundant harvest you so diligently prayed for. Feel the warmth of this truth permeating your essence. Allow the joy of anticipated fulfillment to wash over you. This is the moment when the divine abundance you sought begins to cascade into your reality. It is a testament to the power of your faith, a vivid demonstration of God's boundless love and unwavering commitment to his children. This is a moment of profound significance, a tangible demonstration of heaven's attentiveness. As you feel this truth resonate within you, affirm your readiness to receive and remember. Type 1111 in your heart, and let its vibration signify divine alignment and new beginnings. The peril of prosperity, a subtle drift yet, in this glorious moment of answered prayers and bountiful blessings, lies a profound and often overlooked peril. It is a whisper, a subtle drift, an insidious forgetting that can steal the very essence of your connection to the divine. My purpose, my urgent mission, is to guard you against this spiritual amnesia. When the blessings you craved begin to manifest, the career success, the loving relationship, the financial stability, the restored health, the peaceful home, it is so easy, so seductively simple, to become engrossed in the gift and inadvertently lose sight of the giver. The vibrancy of your new reality can dazzle your spiritual eyes, causing you to focus solely on the earthly manifestations, rather than the celestial source from which all good things flow, the new comforts, the renewed sense of security. The very tangible joys you prayed for can paradoxically become a veil. The initial shock of gratitude, the fervent thank yous can gradually dissipate, replaced by a sense of self-sufficiency, a quiet pride in your own efforts, or an assumption that these blessings are now simply your due. This is the moment of greatest vulnerability, the subtle erosion of devotion that goes unnoticed until the spiritual well begins to run dry. The call to remember? An unbroken connection. Don't forget God when you get what you prayed for. This is not a cautionary tale of a vengeful deity, but a loving reminder from the very heart of creation. It is a call to sustain the vital connection that brought these blessings into being. To forget is to sever the lifeline, to diminish the source of future grace, and to ultimately undermine the joy you have received. Remember the one who heard your cries in the quiet of the night. Remember the boundless love that orchestrated your deliverance. Remember the divine wisdom that guided your steps and opened the impossible pathways. This remembrance is not a burden. It is a profound act of spiritual intelligence. It is the acknowledgement that you are part of something infinitely larger and more magnificent than yourself. Your blessings are not mere coincidences, they are divine appointments. Each answered prayer, is a testament to a living interactive relationship with the Creator of all things. To forget this truth is to reduce the sacred to the mundane, to strip the miracle of its divine context, and to inadvertently close the channels through which even greater blessings are poised to flow. Pause for a moment and reflect on the balance in your life, the divine partnership that has brought you this far. Let 222 be your affirmation of trust and spiritual harmony. Sustaining the sacred relationship. How then do you sustain this remembrance? How do you ensure that gratitude remains an ever-flowing spring within your heart, rather than a transient puddle? Daily acknowledgement. Begin each day, not just with thanks for what you have, but with a conscious acknowledgement of the divine giver. Let your first thoughts be of praise, your first words be of gratitude. This sets the tone for your entire day, anchoring your perspective in the sacred. Regular reflection. Set aside moments throughout your day, brief or extended, to consciously recall the prayers you offered and the miraculous ways they were answered. Replay the journey, feel the emotions of both longing and fulfillment, and intentionally connect them back to God. Acts of gratitude. Express your gratitude not just in words but in deeds. Share your blessings with others. Extend compassion, offer service or contribute to causes that uplift humanity. When you channel your blessings outwards, you amplify the flow of divine grace. Continuous dialogue. Keep the conversation open. Prayer is not merely a means to an end. It is a continuous dialogue. A vibrant relationship. Continue to speak with God, to listen for His guidance, and to share your heart, even when all seems perfect. Humility in abundance. Recognize that all you possess, all you achieve, is by grace. This humility is not self-abasement, but an accurate understanding of your place within the divine order. It prevents arrogance and keeps your heart soft and receptive. The affirmations of a grateful heart. Every blessing you receive is an invitation to deepen your faith, not to conclude your spiritual journey. It is a stepping stone to higher understanding, a glimpse into the infinite possibilities that await a grateful and connected soul. Do not let the glitter of the earthly overshadow the glory of the heavenly. Your true wealth lies not in what you possess but in the unwavering connection you maintain with your Creator. Think of the magnificent orchestration, the countless unseen forces that aligned to bring your desires into fruition. Was it purely your effort, your timing, or was there a benevolent hand, guiding, nudging, opening pathways you could never have forged alone? To deny this divine intervention is to diminish the very miracle of your answered prayer. As you acknowledge the miraculous nature of your blessings, feel a surge of spiritual awakening. Declare your gratitude and connection by uttering Amen, a sacred seal on your commitment. The deeper purpose of blessings. Your blessings are not merely for your personal comfort or gratification. They are tools, resources, and platforms intended to further the divine purpose on earth. When you remember God in your abundance, you unlock the deeper meaning of your gifts. You transform personal gain into a catalyst for collective good. Perhaps your health was restored, so you could inspire others facing similar battles. Perhaps your financial stability was granted, so you could support causes close to your heart. Perhaps your restored relationship is meant to be a beacon of love and forgiveness for those around you. When you forget the giver, you risk missing the higher calling embedded within the gift. You risk using divine resources for purely temporal and selfish pursuits, which ultimately brings an emptiness that no earthly blessing can fill. The universe rewards not just those who ask, but those who are faithful stewards of what they receive. Your remembrance is a declaration of your stewardship, a promise to honor the source of your blessings by using them wisely, lovingly, and for the greater good. Feel the completeness of this message, the divine perfection in its timing. Let 777 be your affirmation of spiritual completion and divine fortune. The cycles of life. Preparing for what's next. Life is a series of cycles. Seasons of seeking, seasons of receiving, and seasons of stewarding. Each answered prayer marks the completion of one cycle and the beginning of another. Your current blessings, vast and wonderful as they may be, are also preparing you for the next phase of your divine journey. If you become complacent in your prosperity, if you allow the comfort of your answered prayers to lull you into spiritual slumber, you risk being unprepared for the new challenges, the new opportunities, and the new calls that God has in store for you. The spiritual muscle of remembrance, of conscious connection, must remain strong. It is your anchor, your compass, your constant source of strength and wisdom for all that lies ahead. Do not let your gratitude fade into a distant memory. Let it be a living flame, constantly tended, constantly burning bright within your heart. This flame illuminates your path, warms your spirit, and draws even more of heaven's favor towards you. My message, delivered with the full weight of celestial authority and profound love, is an urgent plea for your eternal well-being. The fleeting joys of the earthly plane, though sweet, are but echoes of the infinite joy that awaits those who remain tethered to the divine source. In this sacred moment, I speak to you not as a distant emissary, but as a compassionate guide, one who has witnessed the radiant potential of your soul, and the divine purpose woven into the fabric of your existence. This message is a clarion call, a reminder of the eternal stakes at play, and the boundless love that seeks to guide you home. The world you inhabit is a tapestry of beauty and complexity, a realm where moments of triumph and joy intermingle with trials and distractions. It is easy to become enamored with the temporal pleasures of this life, the laughter of loved ones, the thrill of success, the warmth of fleeting comforts. Yet these are but shadows, faint reflections of the eternal joy that flows from the divine source. The pleasures of the earth, while gifts in their own right, are transient. They bloom and fade like flowers in a field, beautiful for a season but not enduring. The true treasure, the one that anchors your soul through every storm and season, is your connection to the one who created you, the one who knows every beat of your heart and every longing of your spirit. The greatest blessing you will ever receive is not the answer to a prayer itself, though those answers may come in breathtaking ways. It is not the provision of wealth, health, or even love in its earthly forms. The greatest blessing is the relationship with the one who answers all prayers, the divine source whose love is the foundation of all existence. This relationship is the wellspring of your strength, the compass of your journey, and the light that illuminates your path. It is the sacred bond that transcends time, circumstance, and even death itself. Cultivate this relationship above all else. Cherish it as you would a priceless jewel. Guard it fiercely against the distractions and temptations that seek to pull you away. Let it be the bedrock upon which you build your life, your triumphs, and your moments of quiet peace. The world, in its relentless pace, will try to draw you away from this truth. It will tempt you with its transient fascinations, new opportunities, material abundance, or the fleeting allure of worldly approval. As you stand on the cusp of new beginnings, perhaps even basking in the glow of answered prayers or newfound abundance, the demands of this world may threaten to consume your spiritual focus. In these moments when the noise of life grows loud, pause and remember this message. Remember the angel's call. Remember the source. Let this remembrance be your anchor, grounding you in the truth that your soul's eternal well-being is far greater than any temporary gain. You are not alone in this journey. I, as your celestial witness, stand beside you, a guardian of your spiritual path. The heavens themselves rejoice in your blessings, celebrating each step you take toward divine alignment. Yet they also yearn for your unwavering connection, for your heart to remain steadfast in its devotion. As you embrace the abundance that awaits you, whether it be in relationships, opportunities, or inner peace, do so with a heart full of gratitude. Let your life become a testament to a grateful heart, a living epistle of divine love and human faithfulness. In every moment, in every choice, affirm your commitment to the divine source by speaking 999 into existence, a sacred declaration of your readiness to walk in divine preparation for what lies ahead. Your continuing journey of faith. The journey of faith is not a destination, but a continuous ascent, a perpetual unfolding of divine grace and human responsiveness. It is a path marked by moments of profound clarity and seasons of quiet trust. Each answered prayer, each moment of divine intervention, is a sacred signpost, affirming God's presence and faithfulness in your life. These signposts are not merely events to be celebrated and then forgotten. They are invitations to deepen your relationship with the divine. 2. Respond with gratitude, devotion, and a renewed commitment to the path of righteousness. Your response to these signposts shapes the trajectory of your soul. When a prayer is answered, when a burden is lifted, or when a dream comes to fruition, how do you respond? Do you pause to give thanks, to acknowledge the hand that moved on your behalf? Do you allow these moments to draw you closer to the divine source, or do you let them fade into the background as you chase the next desire? The choice is yours, and it is a choice of eternal consequence. A heart that remembers, that remains tethered to gratitude and devotion, is a heart that aligns itself with the divine purpose for which it was created. Consider the story of the Israelites, who witnessed God's miraculous provision in the wilderness, manna from heaven, water from a rock, and a cloud of guidance by day. Yet time and again, they forgot the one who delivered them, turning to idols and distractions. The one who delivered them, turning to idols and distractions. Story is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most profound blessings can be squandered if the heart forget its source. You, beloved soul, are called to a higher standard. Let each blessing, each answered prayer, be a moment of remembrance, a catalyst for deeper faith. Let it fuel your devotion, not distract from it. The world will always present challenges to this call. As you move into new seasons of abundance, you may find yourself surrounded by opportunities that dazzle and demands that overwhelm. The allure of success, the pressure of responsibilities, or even the simple busyness of life can pull your focus away from the divine. In these moments, I urge you to carve out sacred spaces for reflection and communion with the source. Whether through prayer, meditation, or acts of service, create moments where you reconnect with the one who sustains you. These moments are not luxuries. They are necessities, the lifeblood of your spiritual journey. As you navigate this journey, know that you are not alone. I stand with you, a silent witness to your triumphs and struggles. The heavens watch with bated breath, cheering you on as you walk this path of faith. They rejoice in your victories, weep in your sorrows, and long for your heart to remain steadfast. Your life, when lived in alignment with the divine, becomes a beacon of light, a testimony to the power of a grateful heart. It is a life that not only honors God, but also fulfills the highest truth of your own being. Beloved soul, let me speak to you gently, with a voice wrapped in light, with words woven from the fabric of eternity, for this moment is holy. You stand at the edge of a revelation that is greater than the desires of your heart and deeper than the prayers you have whispered in secret places. Abundance is not just about what your hands can hold or what your eyes can see. It is about what heaven has chosen to pour into the very depths of your being. And yet, to walk into this abundance, you must first understand gratitude, for gratitude is the key that unlocks. Gratitude is what keeps your heart aligned. Gratitude is what keeps your eyes clear. Gratitude is what ensures that your abundance never becomes your downfall. Pause now and ask yourself, have I been so focused on what I am receiving that I have forgotten to worship the one who gives? Let your spirit rise in humility. Whisper, thank you, not just when you see the gift in your hand, but even when you see the promise forming in the unseen. The journey matters just as much as the destination, and every step that led you here was orchestrated with divine care. The subtle temptation of abundance, beloved, the temptation to place abundance above God, is not always loud. It does not always arrive with obvious warning signs. It comes quietly, like a shadow that slowly lengthens until it covers the ground. When your prayers are finally answered, when your waiting is over, when the long-delayed dream is placed into your hands, the human heart wants to cling to it as though it is the ultimate prize. But remember this, every gift is temporary, every possession is fleeting, and every season shifts like sand beneath your feet. Only the divine remains. If your abundance becomes your idol, you will lose both the gift and the giver. But if your abundance becomes a tool for worship, then your joy will be multiplied, and your blessings will be established. Consider the story of those who held tightly to their wealth, their power, their accomplishments. Where are they now? Dust. But those who held tightly to the eternal source are still remembered, their legacies living like fires that cannot be extinguished. This is why you must hold abundance with open hands. Enjoy it, yes, cherish it deeply, rejoice in it fully, but never clutch it so tightly that it begins to replace the God who gave it to you. Your open hands are a sign of trust, a declaration that you love the giver more than the gift. Gratitude, the anchor of the soul. Gratitude is not just a polite thank you, it is a posture of the soul. It is a daily choice to recognize that all you have and all you are flows from a divine source. Gratitude transforms the way you see the world. Suddenly, what once felt small becomes significant. What once seemed ordinary becomes holy. Think of the breath in your lungs. Do you thank God for it? Think of the sunlight on your face. Do you see it as a blessing? Think of the people who love you, even imperfectly. Do you cherish them as divine gifts? Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to sufficiency, from lack to overflow. It reminds you that abundance is not something you are chasing, but something you are already standing in. And gratitude multiplies. The more you give thanks, the more you see to give thanks for. It is as if heaven itself bends low to pour more into the vessel that is always lifted in thanksgiving. Abundance is not just for you. Do not forget this truth. Your abundance is not meant only for your enjoyment. It is meant to flow outward. It is meant to flow outward. Blessings are like rivers, not ponds. When they flow, they bring life everywhere they touch. But when they are hoarded, they grow stagnant. When God blesses you, ask, how can I use this to bless someone else? Your resources can feed the hungry. Your words can encourage the weary. Your time can lift the lonely. Your wisdom can guide the lost. Every gift you receive carries within it the power to multiply, but only if you let it flow. And when you do, you become more than a recipient of abundance. You become a channel of abundance. The love of God moves through you. The light of heaven shines from you. And your life becomes a living testimony, not just of what God has given you, but of how you have used it to glorify Him and to heal the world around you. The sacred number 999. Now let me speak of the number 999, for it is not coincidence that this number is revealed to you now. Heaven speaks in signs, in whispers, in numbers that carry messages beyond human calculation. And 999 is sacred. It is the symbol of completion, the sign that one chapter has closed and another is about to begin. When you see 999, you are being reminded that you are standing at the threshold of something new. The past is complete. The lessons have been learned. The season has been fulfilled. You are ready to step forward. But 999, that you are guided, sustained, and loved beyond measure. Never forget. Abundance is not about what you hold but about who holds you, and you are held eternally by the divine. That is the truest abundance of all. So lift your hands, whisper your gratitude, declare your faith, and walk forward with confidence. The future is bright, the path is clear, and heaven is with you. Amen. 999.